makes your jobs easier. And I'm here representing Alhambra Unified School District, but I do know that it's very important. You work with different cities, that you work collaboratively with school districts. I'm going to speak to you today a little bit about our wonderful school district, and then we're going to show you our kids, because our job is to make sure that the kids that live in the Alhambra Unified School District are productive citizens, and that we have been given them as much knowledge as possible so they can enhance their lives. As was just read to you, I'm completing my first year as superintendent with the Alhambra Unified School District. I am completing my 35th year in education, and so I've been very honored and humbled. It's a wonderful school district. Alhambra Unified, you hear the name Alhambra, but what some people don't know is that we also encompass Monterey Park. So our schools are, we have 13 elementary schools. In it, we have Alhambra and Monterey Park. It's about a 5-mile radius of what we encompass. We also have 3 comprehensive high schools: San Gabriel High School, Mark Keppel, and Alhambra High School. Alhambra being our largest high school. People sometimes get a little confused because San Gabriel High School, they think it belongs to the San Gabriel Unified School District. It doesn't. It belongs to the Alhambra Unified School District. Actually, right across the street from San Gabriel High School begins the San Gabriel School District. So there's sometimes confusion, but those are our kids, our students. We also have one alternative high school, Century High School. We have approximately 18,000 students in our school district. And of those 18,000, the demographics include approximately 60% Asian students, 30% Hispanic, and 10% of other, which includes everything else. Persian, Indian, Caucasian, all is encompasses into that 10%. So we have a very diverse ethnic population, and that is one of our strengths, and we know that. And so what I wanted to speak to you a little bit about is that, we work for the last 2 weeks, what's been happening in our school district. And what's been happening in the month of April for the last probably decade that's very important to school districts is we have testing. And I know you've heard probably in the news media about how we are teaching to the test. But we do live for those 2 weeks in April where we test our students. Because when our students get tested in the last 13 years or so, we are getting compared to other school districts and other schools up and down the state. So it's very important, and I know that's important to you, because when you're out there promoting, trying to get a house sold, people ask you, what school district is it in? We are very, very fortunate in Alhambra that all our schools, except for one of our high schools, but they'll be there this year, is that the state gives us a bar of we have to reach the 800 level. Every elementary school in the Alhambra Unified School District is way above the 800. We've made that target. 2 of our 3 high schools are above the 800, and one of our high schools is a little bit below, and they'll get there next year. So next year, I'll be able to say every school in the Alhambra Unified School District is over the 800 mark. Our school district as a whole our score is 842, so we're doing quite well. We're above what the state is asking us to be. But we need to keep pushing. We have some elementary schools, we have a couple in our district that are over the 900 mark. So our staff is working very hard to make sure that our students are getting the best education as possible. So as I was saying, we work, unfortunately, for these 2 weeks. We want to make sure that we're producing great kids, they're well-rounded, but testing is very important to us. And so when we all went to school, it was very different, because I know we might have taken tests, but we didn't put that much emphasis into it. And so what you need to know is that prior to testing, those 2 weeks in April, our principals do whatever they can to motivate, to get kids ready. They send letters out to parents to make sure that parents are making sure that the kids are going to, especially during testing time, they're going to bed early, they're eating properly, they're getting exercise, because all those different factions do influence how a student will do during the testing period. So what I wanted to share with you this morning is a couple of the things that have gone on in our district this year. A few weeks ago, you may have seen on television, on Channel 5, one of our principals, in fact, the principal from San Gabriel High School, we were on Channel 5 because last year, that high school was right under the 800 mark. He challenged the kids at San Gabriel High. If we get over the 800 mark, I will sleep overnight on the roof. Well, you know what? San Gabriel High School last year, their test scores came back 812. We made it. So guess what? The week before testing started, he had to make sure that the kids knew he would. So he got a tent and he slept overnight on the roof of San Gabriel High School. And the kids were so jazzed because he was up there a few years ago, just to influence them. He told them if because they were in the mid 700s, to keep influencing them and motivating them. He said he would shave his head and paint his hair red, white, blue, those are the school colors. Well, they did it. So he did. Our principals do whatever it takes. So at our elementary schools, they were all having these motivational assemblies and getting the kids all pumped up and excited to take tests. Very different than when we grew up. I mean, we take a test and people, oh, we have to take it. But kids were getting so excited. They were getting so jazzed about getting these 2 weeks because they know how important, not only for them, but as a school, that they need to raise those test scores. So what we're going to show you